Hello. Really gotta cut that off. Hello, all. It is dark in here. Is what it is. It is our. Oh, I gotta get my coffee. Hold on. All right. So we have coffee. Let's put this here. Let's plug this in because we're gonna need it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I first want to say, not only am I on time, but I'm early. Ha! Come on, we're dialing this thing in. Uh, let's put this back here where it normally is. Let's hide that from view. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, is this good? Yeah, it is. Hear all that? Let's give us a little 10-minute what up. So, what up? I hope everybody is good. Yesterday was a great show. But I kind of got, it's not really news, it's just sort of fun information I came across. First of all, I hope everyone is having a good morning. Everyone who's watching, who's in the chat, please hop in the chat. Please like and subscribe. Bum. It is going to be hot today. I'm trying to figure out, I've got no smokables. I'm trying to figure out if I should cut the air conditioning on now. Or later. I think it's later because it's not as hot as it is now, but it is still freaking hot in the morning. My coffee making skills are slipping. All right, so killed the Haitian prime minister because I want public. Listen, all these African black-led countries, all in Africa, Haiti outside of Africa, are all a hot shit show because of European influence. I hate to say it. I mean, they didn't get there naturally, right? It's not an organic situation that they're in. Now it's just perpetual conflict. It's not good. It's sad. And the people who actually caused it, like, oh, what? And I don't know why Haiti. I think it's just because of hatred of people. But I know why in Africa, because you keep all of the place unstable. You can still keep taking diamonds out as big as your fucking fist by the truckload and giving nothing to the people. There's no roads, no infrastructure, but you just keep taking it like it's a free fucking candy dish. So yeah, I think a lot of people deserve their karma and their comeuppance. So maybe this virus is some of that. Maybe this, you know, maybe it'll show up in the future. But it's a sad state that we as a group are still in. Um, wow, assassinations. All right, let's. I really need to do something about this. Let's get into it. So I guess I'm not going to cut the air conditioning on. Uh, we covered a little news, in my opinion, on why that place is that place. That place is a mess. Oh, I got a little other side good news. So I got a communique, right? A communique from someone who said, I mean, they have tons of guitar experience, but they had put it down for a while, and life took over. I guess you get married and you have kids, and you have to find a job, and you move around the country. So people always have these kind of things that sort of get in the way of their they like their art. They may not paint, draw, write poetry anymore. I mean, you can't. You did it all the time when you were in high school, and then you got a job and you did it less. So you know the scenario. But he picked up his musical instrument again, and he was going through like the stuff. I guess some stuff he hadn't done in a while, so it was like he had to work on it. It was almost like being back to new. But He got and started filling with his equipment, tightening stuff, tuning it right, changing out things, all the fiddling fun of it. He kind of like, that's fucking awesome. That's what we want. That's the first acknowledgement we got that someone watched us and was like, "Where's my guitar?" And went and dug it out. That's 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 awesome. That's all we can ask for. That really is all we can ask for, and that's really what we want, right? More people just randomly either trying to pick up, trying to learn it, even though they tried it earlier, or have had tons of music experience, and then for whatever reason, maybe they got away with it, maybe they got away from it. I don't know whatever reason why people stop. Maybe there was a injury or your back and you couldn't stand up. I don't know. Maybe, but whatever reason you have to sort of, I guess, find a workaround. I don't know about injuries, but try and find a workaround, right? Swip. Oh, I see. We're starting with the speaking again. Switch tongues. Um. So hold on. I'm trying to check something out here. I clipped this thing that said, learn these chords to play 1,000 songs. And I was like, all right, that sounds like something we could use in what we're doing over here. Okay, I guess that's it. The Beatles' greatest hits. Is music theory necessary? I'm not even going to look at that. You know why? Because at the end of the day, yes, for me it's necessary. Is music theory necessary? Thanks, man. What up? The new haircut. Yeah, I got a homie who wears it super low like this, and I'm just trying to be like him. So we're gonna be doing more remotes because I finally put this thing on my phone. You want to try? See, Let's try. Let me see if I. Adams from there, baby. Um, let's see if I. What happens if I put the apps on my phone again? See if I can get. I can't join the one that I'm in though. That's the weird thing. I figure in Zoom I could join the call that I'm in, and then I can have two screens from the same. Like I have my PC and my phone, but this is not that. I would have to set up a broadcast, and I wonder what that would do. Like we were saying, would it open up some rift in space time? Likely. Eric Adams projected to win the Democratic nomination for New York City mayor. We went on a rant as to why in New York City, if you are black and have protested and complained about the cops and the unfairness, if you vote against Eric Adams, if all those people who claim to be your allies vote against Eric Adams, you need to check your head and your friends. Seriously, because first of all, Eric Adams has a history of not protesting, but suing the police and standing up to fucking unfairness. All the people who've been in New York for 30 years hate him. And now for him to run it like Patrick Lynch, that I really do believe that dude is a racist, and he heads to PBA and he's been there forever. Yeah. Now you give Eric Adams authority, and Eric Adams can fucking deal with him because everything out of his mouth is anything a cop does is righteous and sacred, even when it's wrong, and anything a black does, as Hispanic does, they're absolutely guilty. And how dare you fucking give any, excuse my language, but give any sympathy to them, right? And it's just them running a game on you of what this stuff is. You've seen their protests, his aggressive stance on everything, police shootings when they're super bad and there's no excuse for it. He wants you to withhold judgment, right? But when it's the other way around and there's all this evidence against, there's no evidence against the person that you're charging. He wants you to hate this person anyway and convict him in a court of law. He's such a sketchy fucker. So Eric Adams comes into play. Uh, yeah, I think it's absolutely necessary that he be put in charge of the city, especially for the sake of the police department. right? You didn't want to promote him to sergeant. You didn't want to promote him to lieutenant. Had to sue you to get promoted to sergeant. Had to sue you to get promoted to lieutenant. Had to sue you to get promoted to captain. Had to sue 3 times to get promoted. And after that, everything is who you know. Then you become a chief in the New York City system. You become a deputy chief, captain. You become a deputy inspector. You become an inspector. Then you become a chief, right? So the deputy inspector and the inspector are essentially like colonels, right? They wear birds on their uniforms. And then you become a chief, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. 1 star, there's a bunch of them all. There used to be 3 departments, now there's 1, but you've got the transit bureau, you got the housing bureau, you got 1 star, 2 star, 1, 2, and 3 star chiefs and all of that. And the one 4 star chief is the chief of department. So everybody, and they could have promoted him because he was a good cop. He did, but they were just we're gonna fucking show you, and you won't rise. And he had to sue to rise. So now that he's a mayor, he should look in. I mean, I'm not even gonna go into it. Eric Adams is who everybody who gets fucked with by the cops should vote for, and that is if you're black, if you're Spanish, if you're like this random white dude who may have a fuck the police attitude. All of that, he should be the man. I'm really interested in who he picks as police commissioner, but I'm super supportive of him. I followed him for years. And man, the way the media, this is going to be a hot show for the next 4 years because the media is just going to do nothing but attack him. So now you shouldn't just vote him in and leave him, you need to back his play, depending on what his play is. Oddly enough, I will say I don't know much about what he said he's going to do for the city, because this whole thing was he's been attacked, and I think everybody attacked him because he was a police captain, right? And not just a police captain, he had to sue the city and the police department multiple times. So you can say, oh well, he's a cop, but then the cops don't like him. So what does that say about him, right? So he's always speaking out against crime and corruption, police brutality and corruption all his career. What are you going to say about that? So you can't just go, the cops are violent and you support the cops, Eric Adams, because that's not going to work, right? But you want some of that energy from the population against him, all this police. So you want to aim that at him, but you can't, right? So yeah, like I keep saying Maya Rudolph. Maya Wiley is just one of the more sinister creatures because she does not represent, in my opinion, I don't want to be sued by anybody, but she's a Clintonite. She does not represent you. She represents like this amorphous Clinton organization. And she, a black woman, that's how you activate against black men, right? Black women, there's a ton of black women in the Democratic Party, running it, not running it, but like the view from here is like, it's just a giant plantation and you work in the house and they'll send you out to tell us what they think they want us to do. And those days are over. And you got all these leftover people like Maya Wiley who never did anything for anyone. You going to law school is not for me. That's for you, right? You being a cop is also not for me. That's for you. But what you do in the landscape affects me, right? So if you're bad at it, I want you going as a cop. That never happens. If you're good at it, I want you promoted and held up and lauded as a great. That's done to everybody, no matter what they do. It's a fucked up boys club. You should really look into it. I worked with women back in the day who never arrested anybody. They were the boss's drivers, and they mussed around with the lieutenants, and it was just a Peyton place. And just sitting like, my life is at stake, and these are the fucking people around me, and I don't like any of them. So let's wrap this up. Eric Adams for mayor of New York City. This is what we want. This is what I want. As from a distant viewer. You feel me? And I just showed the reasons why, right? I told you his history and how he went up multiple times, and the courts had to go, all right, you people fucking suck. Stop. This is obviously unfair treatment. Stop being racist and promote the guy, right? First you wouldn't put him on the list so you passed the test, and you kept bumping him back so you could promote other people over him and other people would have seniority. And then you did it when he was a lieutenant, and then you did it when he was a captain, and when the captain were like, well, we're just not going to promote this fucking nigga anymore. And that was it. I hate to say it, that was it. So now I want to see who your police commissioner is if he wins. And he's running against what's the guy from the Guardian Angels? Curtis Sliwa, who's just, no. No. Curtis Sliwa's whole position is just foul. He's another conservative nut job who essentially has this tiny little army. I believed it at first when it came out, but then it just morphed into this right-wing attack squad, and they don't have as many blacks and Hispanics as they do because their philosophy now is in my opinion, anti-black, anti-Latino. But you'll have a couple because they will always want a couple to stand up there next to the camera. You see all these black police chiefs with 4 stars all over the country telling you how the cops killed somebody and there's going to be an honest investigation, and there's never an honest investigation. Right? Remember the Breonna Taylor thing where that DA, that black dude, right, was happy to say nothing to see here because I'm going to be senator in 10 years. And people are like, yeah, no, you're not. You're not going to be shit in 10 years. Like, we're done with you. Right? So, yeah, let's get the guitar practicing. That was our morning wrap. I wonder what the news is. I should move. I can't. I wish Haps had a. Yeah. Okay. So I really do have to start my political podcast because I mean this podcast is about. If you look into it's not here. It's on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. True Armor. True S Armor on YouTube, and I'm Karma Armor on Twitch where I game. Although I've been doing a lot of this and have been gaming. We're gonna start gaming there. Maybe I'll, like I said yesterday, maybe I'll set up my Guitar Hero system and do that. But this is about coffee. Small get-togethers. We do play guitar, obviously. But the real session, I want to say, is no, not the real session. Both of these are the real session. Let's not knock that over. I did it again. Ugh. Okay, so there's more coffee in this coffee than sugar. So what were we practicing yesterday? So yeah, if you're in New York City, vote. Please, I won't tell you who to vote for, but if you've got the concerns that I'm always talking about on this channel and on my other channels, my political channel versus this Let's All Try Music and Chit Chat channel, sorry, but I'm out of milk and coffee, right? She said, I'm sorry, but I'm out. I was trying to have each one of these have like a musical kind of like one line to see who can. I don't know. I like that one, but we'll see. So yeah, let's just run through the man, I gotta tell you, my fingers, my pinky, still weak, but fingers numbness is coming in nicely. Okay, so let's try some of these. Back of the fret, clear, not. All right, so let's do this. I just told you not to do that. Okay, all right, we're gonna start this way this early in the morning in front of all these people. These fingers, do they need a warm up? Should I wash them under? Should I run them under cold water? Should I run them on a hot water? I mean, I've only been up for I've been up since about 6:15, I want to say, and then my alarm clock officially goes off at 6:30, and then 6:45, just to make sure I'm here at 7. And we've been streaming for 20 minutes, and I'm not awesome. Why am I not awesome at the end of the week? I notice I put my finger, and then my whole thing sort of slides because it's not. Maybe I should practice placement. What if I put it back here and stretch upward versus stretching backwards, right? because I spend most of my time back here anyway. So if anything slid, it'd be this part, and well, maybe while you building hacks, just do it right, right? Just do it right. All right. Keep sliding off that big fat E string. Ah, there are 6 strings. You need to pluck all of them and not skip any. Here's the thing. I've got all these things to practice with my strumming and my fingers, like the 1-4, the 2-4, 2-4, 2-4, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, the 1-4, 2-4, 3, the 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, right? Good Lord, let's do it down here. So I've got the 1-3, this thing. Let's call these a 1-3 climb, the 3-4 climbers. Right? Then I've got the 1-3, the 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, right? Then we got the 1-4s. 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4, 1-4, 3-4, 2-4, 3-4. Right? So we got these to kind of work out. That was interesting. But I got nothing to work on strumming. Right? So I guess this is, I was told not to do this, not swing the whole arm. Right? You want to sort of position your pinky so you have it someplace. And work your wrists, like a little forearm stuff, but it's mostly wrists. And I'm having trouble doing that and keeping my pinky planted, right? Even though I don't think I need to, because when I'm strumming all chords, and then when I go back to arpeggios, I guess that works. But I need to come up with a strumming style, a strumming. How do you not miss strings? And then there's that rattle. That I get a lot of that. I don't. It's too close to the top fret. I know it. It should be back here. But it takes hard sort of concentration and actual precision to hit where I need to hit it all the time while I pluck. All right, so yeah, this is what we do in the mornings. We sort of refamiliarize ourselves with some of the stuff that we did yesterday or last week. We talk a little smoke. We complain about the world. We have coffee. But most importantly, we guitar. We guitar. And then we leave the day, not the day, but we leave this session. You leave your house, you have your coffee with us, and then you hop in your Lexus or your Range Rover or your interstellar vehicle, Starship, and you go to work. You do the fantastic greatness that you do to keep the world moving, and then hopefully we'll see you back here at 7 to do it all again, right? That's the ritual. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We'll see you back here at 4 p.m. Okay, we're going to have to go through this. If you're here, please say hi in the chat. We had a 7 a.m. and a 7 p.m. show, and we changed it this past Monday. So we have 7 a.m. shows still, and the new shows are 7 p.m. Uh, but like I said, since I've got this thing restreaming on my phone now, I fully expect today's Wednesday. I was supposed to have a Monday. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to start writing that down. Where's that logbook? I have dreams of being organized, so I actually did buy it. Don't knock that over. I actually did buy a logbook for this, and here it is. Ugh, records, right? Oh, this is not good. Let's dust this off. I guess I'm gonna have to keep the windows of this place closed. But I like fresh air. I like fresh air, and I cannot lie. You air conditioners can't deny. When a nice fat breeze hit you right in the face versus aircon in your place. We could actually write that right now. Maybe we'll do a session of just. I used to write rap music. We're good at poetry. Maybe we'll sit down and write something. But how do you sit down and write something and not have it? Because it's I don't know. So yeah, this is the book. I guess I should write whatever episode and then talk, on what we talked about loosely. 255 pages. Oh, 300 and even 300 pages. Records. Accounts and records book. Nice little ledger for when you open it. And when you close it, excuse me. Yeah, we got to get all this stuff better synchronized. We need synchronicity. We need authenticity, which we have. I think I'm going to have to cut on the air conditioner because I'm beginning to feel the swampiness. Not right now, we're playing, and I'm going to have coffee because what's the point of that? And plus, yesterday we looked up those birds that were out there. What was it? Grokies? So when I have, good Lord, when I have extra eats, I toss them out the back window for the crows because, I like feeding the birds and the squirrels and the animals. I'm that guy. Uh, so I had some grapes that sort of went bad. I got at Sam's Club. It was giant. So I sort of had one I threw out the first year. I cut them in strands, and then they just flew away with them. I'm like, So then the next one, there was a big pot of I just tossed out there. And over the course of 3 hours, they plucked them loose and ate one whole and split some open. And some of the smaller birds, the squirrel came and grabbed a couple. But they were slowly gone through the course of the day. It was a nice sort of thing to watch nature find something I'm pretty sure they don't get off and go, "Ooh, what is grapes? What?" The ravens loved it. The squirrels loved it. The small things like that. I know it sounds corny, but man, I think you gotta stay somehow connected to nature, right? Yeah, take a hike, obviously, but if you can't, a bird feeder, you'll sit in your window and watch the birds come by. Don't be so flippant and arrogant that you think that won't affect you, right? This is nature, right? And you are part of it. And don't think you were born to live these squishy, comfortable lives. There's probably something in you hankering for these growthies, man, hankering for some wild adventure. But we're modern people. We are squishy AF. We are not our ancestors who would get a broken finger. Just God. I mean, if you broke something back then, it was just broken, right? You better hope it was a finger and not your leg. You better hope. Can you get by on a shattered hip? I guess you'd limp, but you wouldn't be able to outrun the bears or the saber-toothed tigers, which did not exist when people existed. Calm down, everybody. Jesus Christ riding a saber-toothed tiger. What did I just do here? All right, so we should be going through this whole thing. So let's go through this whole thing at least once. Here we go. I think I'm also bad at it because I'm trying to do it without looking at the board, the fretboard. And I also have a little hiccups to work out. That's right. Right, that's right. Okay, I think I don't want to. Well, I don't want to talk too fast, but I think we learned the positions even after yesterday's frustrations. It looks like we got it. We had problems bringing it back up. Come on, I'm gonna relate this story again because we're headed for our lesson in this week by like 4 days. So let's go through it. Okay, we have to show you this again because some people know what I'm doing, some people do not, and I'm surprised you can't hear these freaking birds. They are loud AF. So the grout geese are smaller. They're all black. All these birds here in Virginia are black. Um, they're super. They feed each other. What is going on here? Man, I gotta tell you, friggin' birds. All right, so let's show you what we're talking about. Let's unplug this. Put that there. Let's undo this. I gotta clean this screen. Let's get some of this because this is my screensaver. All right. So one more time, let's do this thing. Of course, there's gonna be shining light from the. Let's try not to tap the microphone. All right. So first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. Monday, this was the plan. Monday, we were going to learn position 1 and prep position 2. Tuesday, position 2, prep position 3. Wednesday, position 3, prep position 4. Thursday, position 4, prep position 5. Friday, position 5, review position 1. Right? What we did was 1 and 2, like we said, Monday 1 and 2, Tuesday 2 and 3, Wednesday 3 and 4. Right? So we did it. We got some good action on it. We did about an hour on it. We were totally exhausted with doing it, quite frankly. So we wanted to let's try this early, So not that one up. Try this early, and we did. We found out that it was more fun. We took to it fast, but there was a glitch. There was a little drop down slide back glitch. No, that's the second one. Not slide fret down, but how do I phrase that? One string down and back is the second position. The third position had a weird hiccup of fingering that gave me trouble. So we dug into that, just that weird little quirky fingering that I couldn't get in my head. Right, that I couldn't get in my head. So then we kind of worked that out, and I want to say about 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour, and then we had it. Then we went on to this one, which nope, we went up to this one. We're like, oh wow, we got that. That's pretty good, right? We think we worked out the kink, and we got it all emboldened and full of ourselves. And then we went to 4, and 4 was super easy. We memorized it on the first plank. It literally took about 5 minutes, less than that. And this is the one we knew already, right? This is the one we knew already. That in the 12th position, but I have been practicing it up here in the first position. So we already knew it. We just had to adjust where we were playing it. So the first day, these 5 things, we got like, I want to say 75% of them memorized. Don't get me wrong, we're still slow and bad with the fingering, but we know this, right? And our fingering will get better, right? And now that we know it, it's ours forever. We know this. So what we're doing this week is just making sure that we know it. We're super planting it in the bottom recesses of our subconscious and doing it right. Because like I said, that fifth one that we knew that we were playing in wrong position that I totally forgot we were playing because I had learned the fingering a million years ago and I was still doing it. I was just doing it someplace else. So now I'm doing it. I'm doing it in the right place, right? With these other 5 things that I now know, which with our memorization of the fretboard, which we have to go through again to make sure we still have it memorized. our memory. Our memorization of the fretboard. So with that, we know this is an A, this is a flat, this is a G flat, this is a, and then you've got this that you can just, which plays any of these positions, plays anywhere on the fret. We were playing them yesterday in the same position, right? Different finger positions in the same. We were playing them on A, on the sixth string, set up on A, which is a sixth string fifth fret, right? A is the sixth string fifth fret. So we were doing all of these on the sixth string, which is come on, even with us coming up with A's the sixth string, we didn't know that a month ago, right? That's the first thing we sort of pulled out to relay to you what we're trying to say. So imagine in a year and a half when I'm like, I've been looking up sus chorus and diminished stuff, trying to figure out what that. So we're gonna be like, oh no, that's a sus diminishing. We don't want any of that, and we're gonna know what we're talking about, right? Even though it sounds, what's the phrase? In the weeds, like verbiage only initiates of that group use. Like, so doctors speak CCs, and so we may not get it because we're not doctors. Military may speak, forward base. You may have to have that explained because you're not part of that. But once we get this, we are musicians. Come on, I'm like, in a year and a half, we've made a lot of progress in a fucking month, man. The day 19, right? Essentially, less than a month. We made a lot of progress. So we're looking at this, and once we get these down and we know the fretboard, we'll be able to go, this is an E, but here, this is and we'll be able to play just the ones on the front, play the ones up, the deep notes, which is the top of the, la, 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 right, deep notes up here, and play them all here, or just play the two top strings, the whole body of it, or maybe the two top strings here, then the second, so you can wander around this thing like it's a dance floor, especially since now that we know the notes and we learned the pentatonic, right? And it'll give us the opportunity, and we know chords, right? So it'll give us the opportunity to better fiddle. That's what I'm calling this, right? So just instead of sitting up here doing the thing that I was doing for 10 years, which was the fifth position, which was down here, and I stopped doing it down here because I don't think I could reach it. But I would do it up here instead. I should have been doing it right here. Oh, come on, man. Right, so I've been mucking around with that for just forever. Right, just goofing around on the sofa, not knowing what I'm doing, but I knew that because my guitar teacher taught me that 1,000 years ago. He gave me all of them, but that was the one I memorized, oddly enough. I think that was the one that, of all the ones he showed me, the one that stuck in my head first, and so I remembered it just sort of that way. And over the years, I forgot it's supposed to be down here. Man. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I played up here. I gotta pluck harder and not miss strings. This is me missing strings. I totally hopped over the A string, and I do it a lot. So I need to somehow figure out how to hit every string I'm aiming for versus missing it completely and getting that. I can almost miss it on cue if I wanted to, but that's not. Good Lord. You see that? I did that 3 times in a row. I missed the. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do all of them in one position here. Maybe we should move this. I was supposed to take a drink of water, but I never got around to it. All right, so here we go. All in this position. Oh no, we're not moving them. We're not moving them. We said the G. This is a yeah. This is blah. A is third. So yeah, the B position is 7. So let's do this. Not the B position, but the B fret. All right. But we're all over the place on this one. Let's do it anyway. All right. You keep saying that. Keep them all in the same fret. Slide up. But we're going to keep it all in the same fret. Back to here. If you cannot, how are you missing these strings? What in the world? That's me missing it. Let's try that again. Back up to. And then. Bop, 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 bop. A lot of my trouble is my plucking hand. What's what I'm looking for without being mad at myself? If I could get my plucking hand, my strumming hand to cooperate at least half the time with what I'm trying to do, where I don't have to think about it because I'm always concentrating on this hand. What I find myself doing is getting it right here, sort of, and then having to stare at my hand to do it this way, right? So I'm getting fairly good at sort of, other than the weak pinky and the stretching issue, back of the fret, you hear me saying all the time. Yeah. Remember, oh man, I have to blow my honker. Remember, this whole thing is not going to be easy, but it's going to be fun. And it has been fun, right? And like, if you were here a couple of days ago when I had that moment of clarity on stream, and I just stood there with my mouth open for like 5 minutes and forgot you were here, it just kept digging in. Oh, I think I got it. Ooh, oh my God, is that it? Oh my God, I think I got it. I'm just so, and then I had to look at and remembered I was on stream, and I had to try and get my cool back. But it was so Christmas for me. It was like, oh man, I can't even tell you. Oh boy. Uh-oh. It's going to be 95 degrees. It's going to rain tomorrow and Friday. So that means I'll be here tomorrow and Friday for longer because I don't like to go out there in the rain. I work from home in the rain. Mm-hmm. I needed that. What that was just kind of like a glacial melt and everything had to go out. And now I feel better. La 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 la. Me. Whatever. All right. So, yeah, we had that moment of clarity. It was the most awesome thing. Uh, I think we know it. We have to know it coming backwards, and that's where I have a problem. So maybe all of today will be about doing this. I have to plug in my printer. Dang it. Today is Wednesday. An organized life, right? Excuse me. Isn't that what they tell you? An organized life? How are you supposed to have an organized life in such a chaotic environment? Oop. So yeah. Excuse me. I think we got him. We just got to drill them down more to really, really, really get them. Really, really get them. I mean, with, like I said yesterday, we didn't know it at all Monday. We felt good about what we absorbed. We knew we had some we were strong in, and some were not. Yesterday, we went at it after a night's sleep and after essentially playing with tired, lazy fingers for like 3.5 hours. So we're like, all right, we're done. Let's just all go to sleep. And I told you next, I didn't even pick up the guitar yesterday. I was just because normally after sessions, I go and fiddle while I watch TV. But man, when we got that, I was like, oh, a brain. Like, it felt like, you ever meditate for a while? And by meditate, I mean, like, you ever paint or read? Reading can be a meditation, or put something together and then you look up and like you've been doing it and now it's dark outside and you're like, oh, you need to stretch your hand and your back and your fingers are like, oh my God, I've been doing that, and your eyes sort of hurt. But there's a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a tiredness to your brain though. Like you couldn't read something if you had to, just because all your attention is like gone, right? I mean, you're still awake, but that your attention level is apt because you use it all up. And you're just kind of like, I just need to sit down and be like, and not think about anything. That's what happened. So I was like, I'm not gonna think about this. So I felt good. Next day we looked at it and we were like, I think I know all of this, right? I mean, we're not good at it. Our fingers are a little, but yeah, I know where everything is. And what our issue then was Tuesday morning was trying to get it to come back up from the bottom of the fretboard, which I think we should work on this afternoon, so we get it coming and going. You better hit the right strings and pluck the right notes. Ugh. And then you come here. Ugh. Ugh, that's not good, but it's right. And then you come here. Shut up, birds. Oh, this is bad. This is like the slowest run up ever. Right, and then you come here down. Is that right? Yes, this is where I lose it. No, I come here, right? Then I do this. Oop. Is that right? That is right. What are you doing? Oh my God. All right. That's right. And then we come here, up the fretboard. Are we right? And we are right. Okay, that's great. We went up the fretboard, but see how arduous that was? We gotta be, oh man, you watch these guys on, they run up the fretboard with those fingers, right? And then they run back down. You just sitting there going, I'm never gonna be that freaking quick and fast. But man, what we just did, I'm sitting here smiling because I was like, all right, yeah. And I'm looking at it too, but I'm like, all right, I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to be able to do this with your eyes closed. Like I can do the first position, like I said, I've been doing it forever, anywhere with my eyes closed. All right. We haven't done chords in a while. You wanna see how bad we still are at chords? You know what? We're gonna go back to chords next week. We want to lock this in our heads. It's Wednesday. We're gonna lock this in our heads, good, bad, or indifferent. We're gonna know this. Then we're gonna go back to all the chords we need to learn next week, and we're gonna interpepper this one of the four with chords and with notes, and that I think that should put us. What did we say? Middle of August. We were gonna. No, actually, no. We said the middle of August we were gonna be better at the metronome. Middle of August. It's July 7th. So we got like 3 weeks and a couple of days. We said middle of August is essentially the 14th of next month. So that's the middle of the month, right? So we've got like a month and a week. So, okay. Maybe what I'm going to have to do is dedicate one day to metronome work only, because we got to hit that mark. I mean, we're hitting the informational stuff we're getting, but man, so what? You know what I mean? You're, yeah. So we came all the way back up, and we can play with them, right? We can go. Hold it. Let's slide down here and do those first two. Back up here. A lot of them have the first. Can mess with the two in the middle. Can I get into there? Let's see what I got. Hold it. I should be able to do that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. Okay. I can't do that on stream. That's impossible. Well, it's not impossible. Yeah, sometimes I think I need to get a tutor. And then sometimes I think, man, no tutors. We can do this. We normally end the stream at 8:15. That's where we want to end the stream. It normally goes a little longer than that, quite frankly, 8:20. I guess we'll do more of these without the rattling. And take your finger off and go. All these little things that I need to learn how to like not do. All right, so yeah, they all sort of ring slightly differently. So when you slice them up, top two string, middle two string, top two string, back position, like you get all these weird little quirky melodies that you can figure out in your head. So now that we know them, I mean, we're sloppy at them. We're familiar with. Let's use the word familiar. That's the word we were using yesterday. Now that we are familiar with this, we can muck around with it with some of the little bits that we know, right? I'm in this rhythm of boom, 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 and I shouldn't be. Or maybe I should use a different intro. Maybe I'll use the second string instead, the second and third string versus the first and second string. Oh, hold it. All right. So yeah, apparently we got to figure out. I mean, I wouldn't say we're close. I'm about to say we're fairly close, but that's not accurate. Uh, so maybe next week we're going to do this. We're going to double down on chords to make sure that we know them because we've been away from them for it seemed like forever because we do these like 3-hour streams, but we've only been away from chords for, I want to say, what is it, Wednesday? I think we've been away from chords, I want to say since Saturday, right? Saturday, Sunday. It hasn't been long. But since we do 2 hours here and 3 hours here every day, I think we generally do about 3.5 hours, right, or more. There are two major announcements here. One is that we won't be doing 5-hour streams anymore because people have shit to do. And two, it's the 4 o'clock shows have replaced the 7 p.m. shows, right? So it's 4 p.m. And those 4 p.m. shows generally the last Monday, Tuesday, excuse me, and likely today, will run until about 7:38, just to get my millions and millions of fans the information that I'm sorry, we are we've changed our time, right? We moved it up 3 hours to 4 p.m. from 7 p.m. So we were doing 7 a.m.s for like an hour and a half, and then we're doing 7 p.m.s to about 10. We're not going to be doing that anymore. No, wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we were doing way past 10, right? We were fucking around with 10, 30, 11. Yeah. So yesterday it went for like, I want to say 3.5 hours. And we said we were going to do 20 minutes and we were going to max out at 3 hours. So we'll give ourselves 20 minutes grace after that to say goodbye and do whatever. But 3 hours and 20 minutes is our limit. And yesterday we did like, I want to say 4 hours and 15 minutes or some shit, some nonsense. No, it was probably 3 hours and 40 minutes. We were like, all right, we need to cut this down. Maybe I'll start writing down what the times, well, we know when we start, but when we end. Because my thing is, I said before, if this is a guitar teacher and you get 45 minutes for your dollar, we're doing like 3 hours, right? So that's 3 sessions in a day. And then we have a morning session, which is easily twice, right? An hour and a half. So our 19 days, tour days at this may, at the very minimum, would be an hour a day, twice a day. So that would be 2 hours a day for the last night. But that's not really what's going on here. We've easily done like too much work in these 19 days. Just do fun and nonsensical bullshittery, you know? And people don't think it's working, but look at all the stuff we know. I'm telling you, if you came back here with a guitar, and I'm not saying follow what I'm doing, I'm not teaching anybody. You're watching me learn guitar. And and once I get good enough, I'll teach her, but that's likely a year and a half, 2 years away. And I'm going to be here. Playing the guitar or the harmonica or the keyboard or something. We're being musical. But for the time being, you can come here, laugh with us, roll your smokables, prepare your drinkables, do your homework, write your screenplay, just kind of kick it with us. While I do this art thing, you can do another art thing. Or you could play music, right? And let us know how it went, right? This is a, what's the word? I hate the term safe environment. It implies weakness. Fuck your safe environment. I'm coming through and I'm tearing shit down. Now what? Find another safe environment? No, defend shit, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Hoo-wee. So it is 8 a.m. on your hump day. I hope you got some humping. I don't even know what that means. Oh, it would be a good day to take a walk and test out this app streaming thing out in the world. Do I want to take my guitar? I need to download an app so I could watch this thing on my phone. Yeah, maybe I've been saying I'm gonna do all this stuff for a while now, and little bit have gotten done. Uh, maybe today is the day, for God's sakes. Um, what? We haven't been actually been doing a lot of talking. Ooh, that's ice cube is nice. All right, so we are gonna actually stop this. We're gonna move this to that, and we're gonna try and run through this at least for the next 15 minutes. Because people are like, he ain't learning anything. He's just talking. But those are new people who just showed up. We've been streaming for an hour and 3 or 4 minutes. We do play a lot of guitar here. I mean, I know that it looks like I talk a lot, but these streams are long. But we do play. We do play and pluck, and we acknowledge our mistakes. Man, I gotta better get this fingering position. I gotta better get these chords in my head. I gotta better know what the pentatonic major scale is. So we're shoehorning it in our brain. And like I said, once it's in there, it's yours forever. It's going to take a car accident to knock it out, and God forbid that happens to you. And by my calculations, after like a year and a half, you can play guitar. After really like 9 months, you can play guitar. But I think you can do that 9 months. I'm a little more goofy and a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? That is appropriate to me, that is not a slur or a slander. I am a little, lackadaisical is not the word I want. Procrastination, okay, I'll go with that. Because that still implies you'll do it. You'll just do it later, but it still gets done. So yeah, let's go. I procrastinate a little more. So you might be able to do this in 9 months. I'm looking at to be familiar in 9 months, but I'm looking to be not adapt. Not what's the word I'm looking for? Proficient is not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking to be. Do you want to call it average? Do we want to call it average? I mean, look, we got nothing. Being an average guitar player would be fucking balling ass awesome from where we're coming from. So maybe we want to be average this time next year. At the year anniversary of when I picked this up and did it every day, we want to be average, right? And this thing is going to run past that by 6 months. So we're looking at December 2020. December 2023. What year are we in? 21? December 2022. On the cusp of 2023, right? So in 2023, that's the halfway mark of what we're shooting for, right? We're going for 1,000 days. So that will put us, our 1,000 days should end. Our 1,000 days should end. I want to say, hold on, wait a minute. If I start this thing in June, right? So June next year would be a year. That's the middle of the 22nd. Then the next, that's the middle of the 23rd. And then you've got 7 months. Okay, so that puts us at February 2024 when this experiment should end. And by then, February 2024, it might actually be later than that. It might be April 2024. Yeah. All right. No. Yeah. Anyway, somewhere around January 2024, we should be able to go. Oh man, looking back, that was a wild and crazy thing that we did, and then pick up and play anything out of a sheet music or tabs or the only thing that will be our hindrance is our own fingeriness, and that's going to get better. So yeah, we're looking. This whole thing ends December 20. January, February 2024. Don't tell anybody because that's daunting to people. So we're doing these in 90-day increments. We won't change. We may shift again, but we just shifted, right? Actually, we didn't really shift. We went back to the original time of 4 in the afternoon. And the early time has always been 7 a.m. Get up early, play a little guitar, go to work, uh, and then keep guitar and music in your mind, right? Kind of thing. And then look forward to coming here and playing with us or talking shit with us for however long you can. We wish you well, hippie as fuck as we are. Uh, we wish you love, health, and safety. We're your countrymen, if you're not my countrymen, uh, we're world citizens, and I wish you well. Um, and I'm pretty sure you're a world citizen, right? You are a world citizen. You're not on this planet illegally, are you? Aliens took our jobs. They took our jobs. That's a South Park quote. Does anybody quote? No, I guess not. All right. Ugh. Come on. I have to find some plucking exercises. All right. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys off 5 minutes early because you've been good students. Uh, I would likely talk to you for 5 minutes, quite frankly. This pentatonic thing, man. I think also I'm a little. Sometimes you're like yesterday. I was so. Was it yesterday? I was so tired. Had my coffee, opened all the windows, talked to y'all, and then somewhere like an hour in, maybe an hour and 20 minutes, and I was like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, here we go. And then we did like another 2 hours. So look, sometimes you don't feel like practicing. Pick that thing up, and you'll get into the habit of. I realized this with my running and my exercising. I don't want to run, especially as I get older now. The pad on my foot hurts. I get up in the morning, I kind of limp around for like 5 minutes. It happens, right? You're aging. I mean, these gray hairs are well earned. Um, but what I used to do is just kind of go, oh, and get dressed and go out. And once I got dressed and left the house, it sort of activated me to do it. But first, you have to get dressed and do it. And in order to do that, you have to get up at a time or whatever time. And if you just set the alarm and get up and brush your teeth and and get dressed, there's something on my Twitter where I went down there and it rained. I was like, oh, I'll wait out the rain. I'll sit in my car for like 20 minutes. I came home. Dressed for running, did not run. Felt good about it though. Got out the house, drove to the running place. The weather didn't cooperate. Um, so we're going to do that today. I think we're going to try and get some of these apps up and running and take it out on it's going to be 98 degrees. Maybe I want to do that on a calmer day. But when are we afraid of sunshine and sunlight? You need vitamin D. Go get some sunshine in you. And I need to run because I'm becoming a sausage. Let's pop this up a little bit. All right. All sorts of arts and crafts I should do. I'm definitely going to do that fretboard because we need it. Put that TV in here somehow. I don't know if I put up a camera in it. I don't know. All right, boys and girls, we're going to stop this. Yeah, we had a, what do I want to call it? It wasn't, it was a session. They're not all going to be fantastic. I'm glad that you came through. All of you who came through. Glad for all of you in the chat. I love to talk to people in the chat. I will see you tonight at 4 in the afternoon for probably a long ball and out session. I'm going to be better at this. Come join me, won't you? And enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you later.